The concubine asked someone to bring back the legitimate daughter of the original wife, who had been living in a temple for years, to the duke's mansion. The girl's mother was once the principal wife of the Duke of Chenghua, but she died in an unclear way. The girl was then left in the temple until she became an adult. The concubine brought her back this time to force her to take the place in a marriage. The Empress Dowager had betrothed the concubine's daughter, the girl's half-sister, to the 8th prince, who was mute and had no future. So the concubine wanted the girl to fend off this marriage. The girl finally returned to the duke's mansion, but was met with an unreasonable request to enter through the side door. She refused on the spot and questioned if the duke's mansion even had basic rules. As the legitimate daughter of the main household, she should enter through the main door, not the side one. A maid beside her looked full of disdain and mocked her as a disaster star, saying she only deserved to use the side door. The girl would not swallow the insult. She immediately gave the maid a harsh lesson and said she would come back only when the main door was opened. The maid went into their house to cry and complain to the concubine, the main wife of the household. The girl's half-sister, the concubine's daughter, also took the chance to add fuel to the fire. She pretended to be kind and said the girl had grown up outside, so she must not understand etiquette, and that she would teach the girl manners in the future. Just then, a rebuke suddenly rang out. The Duke stepped in, with the girl following unhurriedly behind him. The Duke, who had just returned home, learned that his eldest daughter had been stopped outside the door. Looking at her face, which resembled his late wife's, he felt pity for her. The next day, the maid held a plate of exquisite pastries to curry favor with the concubine. The concubine told her to send the pastries to the Duke. When the girl and her half-sister went to pay their respects to their father together, the Duke suddenly clutched his stomach, showed a painful expression, and then fainted. After a careful examination, the doctor made it clear that the Duke had eaten something bad, and the only snacks he had tasted that day were the ones the concubine had sent. The maid panicked and quickly tried to distance herself from the matter. She insisted the girl was the culprit. Earlier, the maid had seen the girl make pastries, and while the girl was away, she had secretly taken the pastries to please the concubine. But now, she lied and said the girl, holding a grudge against the Duke's mansion, had tampered with the pastries. The girl was suddenly trapped in a situation full of suspicion, but she calmly proved her innocence and punished the maid. 3 days later, under the firm request of the Duke's mother, the girl's grandmother, the concubine, full of reluctance, took the girl and her half-sister to a banquet held by the imperial concubine. The imperial concubine had a plan in mind. She wanted to betroth the girl's half-sister to her son. However, her son had no interest in the half-sister. Just as everyone felt awkward, the 8th prince appeared. The noble ladies present were instantly fascinated by his handsome and graceful appearance.